Evening. So my name is Laure Murat. I'm a professor at UCLA, and I will be the moderator for this Q&A session, which is a very limited in time. So we just have 20 minutes. So I'm going to ask Christine Angot the first question, and then I will open the floor to the audience. Christine, thank you for an extremely poignant and powerful movie. It's also your first movie. But when someone says it's your first movie, we're waiting for the second one. It's your first movie because there was no movie before, although you're familiar with cinema, you were a screenwriter for other movie directors. But this movie is, of course, very special and extremely personal. So my first question will be very simple. Why, in the midst of a rather long career already as a writer, you decided to make a movie? And second, what did you get from this experience?
First, I decided that I felt that I needed a camera to go to Strasbourg. I couldn't go to Strasbourg with a pen. What do you do with a pen? Nothing. You just write. But you can't do something. With the camera, you can, because there's someone holding the camera and who sees the same things you see. And what you are living, what you are seeing, the persons will see it exactly as you see it. Not, I don't say as it is, but as you see it after editing, for example. And that's the difference, big difference. And we are now ensemble, together. That's why I said come in, of course, as you obviously understood, I guess.
A movie, it's being together? Is it assimilated to this feeling of being together? Or not alone, at least?
Not alone.
Yeah.
Being together, I don't know what it means. I don't know even if it exists. But not being alone, that someone is there, someone sees the same things that you do, yes, that exists. Because things exist. Together doesn't exist. It's just an idea. Things to see, world, people, apartments, yellow trousers exists. This exists.
It exists as an evidence, as a proof.
That's life.
Trace.
That's reality. That we call reality. There is reality. Even if we try to get de plus en plus loin, comme on dit ça.
We're trying to get far away from it.
Yeah, through some various devices artificial.
Yes. First question.
The question was, their continuity from the occurrence of the incest, of not being seen, not being a camera there, so you can dispute it. But now we can go and we have a camera, we have that outside eye. And so the question was, is there a continuity from there?
Obviously, in incest occurs behind a closed door, behind closed doors, always. And we can say that in incest there is only one person, the father, or the brother, or I don't know. Even the child is not there. It's not there. She's not there. She can't. She has not. She mustn't be there. It's unbearable and invivable.
You can't, unlivable.
Yeah. So it has. She has not to be there. I was not there. There was only my father, and he was alone. He was alone in his fantasy, in his perversion, in his comment on dit dans son délire.
Delirium.
En fait, non, pas son délire. Il y a un mot bien particulier.
Delusion.
C'est quoi, delusion?
C'est le délire, mais...
Oui, mais c'est dans son scénario. Dans son scénario.
Or in his screenplay, yeah, or in his narrative.
It's narrative, yeah. Dans son fantasy. L'histoire qu'il se raconte. The story he's
telling himself.
Yeah. He's alone with a toy, an object. And so that's the reason why it is so, it's not difficult, it's impossible to talk about it, to tell something about it. To whom? The question is not they will not believe you. That's not the point. The point is it dissible?
Is it speakable?
It is not. Even the words change signification, lose signification. The word father loses signification. The word mother loses signification because all those people lose their place.
Hello, so thank you a lot for sharing your story. It's very deep and intimate and strong, and it really moved me. And as I was saying, my English is not very good, so I hope that people will understand. And I feel like it's a story of unfairness, like the way your dad behaved with you was unfair, the way your closed one were supposed to behave with you and they didn't was unfair also. The way when you went on the TV show and people were making fun was also unfair. So it's a story about unfairness. And I feel like in the story of your life, it's like when your daughter, for me, the best part of it is when your daughter listen to you and explain what she feels and she believes you and she really care. And you have somebody in front of you who really cares and say, I believe you and I'm really sorry. And you feel like the way she says she's sorry, she really meant it. And is it like the starting of like a healing at this time when it happened? And by the way, just on the other side, I'm from the same city and I went at the same school than you, which is a very small world.
Okay. So this is not my story. As I said, I was not there.
Mm-hmm.
So this is not my story. This is the story of our world.
Yes.
This is our story. Really.
Yes.
So this is not my story. And it is not... I don't want to be healed. I'm not sick. I am not sick. If someone is sick, it's not me.
Yes.
I'm not sick.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need medicine.
No.
I appreciate psychoanalysis, but psychoanalysis has never healed anyone. It's not the question. I don't care about being believed. I'm not saying, I'm not making some testimony. I'm not saying I lived that. I'm saying, what is incest? It's very different. And you can believe me that it is really that, incest. But it's not the fact that it is true, it is true. So I don't care being believed or not. It is true. So it's the problem of anyone se mettre en position de dire je te crois, je te crois pas. Je ne donne à personne ce pouvoir-là.
Nobody has the power to say, well, I believe or I don't believe that. I'm not giving people this kind of power.
I don't need that. Reality is stronger than believers or non-believers.
I believe you is kind of a motto of the Me Too movement, at least in France. Je te crois, I believe you, is something now extremely important. What do you think about that? And what do you think about, I mean, it's the question is more too general, but what's happening with the Me Too movement so many decades after you started writing?
Precise me the point. Quelle est la question exactement?
So, I believe you is the big thing in the Me Too movement, right? And the Me Too movement opened the way to many things around sexual abuse.
Yeah, but Me Too movement, for me, it's not I believe you. It's me too. Moi, that's why I didn't get at once your question. Because for me, the Me Too movement is me too. I know what you're talking about. Me too. Because we all know this. And the Me Too movement is so important, I think, because Me Too, so it's not it's not someone saying from above, I believe you. It's not someone comforting anyone. It's just someone saying, yes, I know what you're talking about, because me too, I recognize something in you, in what you say. I am in your sentence. When I said at first, come in, I'm coming with you in the film. That's me too for me.
Because you told me once that le je te crois, I believe you, was kind of it stops the conversation.
Yeah,
You said that to me.
yeah.
When you say, you know,
Yeah,
je te
exactly.
crois,
Yeah.
and so what? And then nothing happens.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yes, yes. I believe you. Oh no, don't give any details. I believe you. I don't want you to believe me. I want you to know the details. Because reality is details, only details. And incest, it's not a case. We're not judges. We are persons. So we have to know the reality, how things are, how things, what are the details of life, what are the details of incest. All this, this film, it's only details, only.
I don't know if this is a question. I've read your books. There's something that struck me in the film is we see the grandfather, the photos of the grandfather, but you chose to never show the perpetrator, the father. We never see an image of him in the whole movie. And the
There is one.
Sorry?
There is one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, really interesting. I almost blocked it.
You didn't see it.
Yeah.
At what time of the film did you enter the?
No, I mean I was really in the film.
Okay.
And really listening to the whole thing, and I almost felt like it was, you know, it was something where. So I guess my question, Dan, is not a question. But anyway, I found it really powerful and moving. And thank you.
Personally, I think that when we see the photo of the father, I think that this is the most. Les gens sont. Tout le monde est. Je sais pas comment dire. Tout le monde est. Et moi aussi, tout le monde est sans voix.
Everybody is without voice.
Yeah. C'est lui. C'est lui. And I say, c'est lui.
That's him.
Yeah. When there's the photo, I say, c'est lui. It's not a denunciation. It's because he's dead. Mais c'est lui.
That's him.
Mm-hmm.
There is a question there.
But just, excuse me, it was very important for me to have a photograph, because very often he's not there. And we don't see him in those incest stories, or like if it wasn't very important. Like if everything should be on the person who has been how do you say? Victimized by this.
Yeah, but in the book, you really get a portrait of him.
Yeah.
You know, of what he does. You get all these details.
But as you can imagine, That was not my point, but I think if there is some superiority in a film for certain things, as we said at the beginning, in a book, you can show incest. In a film, maybe you can, I don't know, but I wouldn't try.
How would you say the making of this movie...
Where are you?
Right here.
Okay.
How would you say the making of this movie changed you and your family members?
I don't know if it changed anyone. Do you think that a film should change people? Does a book change people?
I think you wanted to communicate something that was very difficult to get across. Mm-hmm. And there was a lot of resistance.
Yes, but you see, there is something very peculiar. Let's take the scene with Claude. You remember who's Claude? Is the father of Leonore, and the scene in a room with windows. Yeah. And I know him for, I don't even remember, 40 years. We are separated for maybe more than 25 years. And sometimes we see each other. Not often, but sometimes we see each other and talk. But this conversation without a camera doesn't exist. Is impossible. It has never occurred. What I mean is, what is extraordinary with the film and with the camera is when it's the camera which talks, in fact, because you give an appointment to people, the one who hold the camera, the one who has the microphone, and the person you are talking with, and you there, okay? And there, it's now. If we want to say something to each other, it has to be now, because we know that in 25 years, we have seen each other sometimes. We have talked, but never said anything. And so the presence of the camera is now or never. So that's why I think that it can't, I don't know if it changes really something, probably, but when the camera is not there, things fall. So it's not, so that's why the film is not for the people who are making it, who are in it, but for those who will look at it and enter the film. They are those who are important to me.
Thank you very much, Christine. As I told you, unfortunately, we only had 20 minutes, and unfortunately, it's the end. But I'm sure you can continue the conversation.
Thank you very much. Thank you.